Hi guys, now it's time to start the build. To start I have my center section here and I will make a bay for most of the electronics. I'm making this bay roughly the same as I've seen Scott and Mayo from FPV Lab did. His username is Hoss, by the way. I thought it was a good way to stow away the electronics. So I start by putting a line here 3 centimeters from the front bay. This back bay will be 8.5 centimeters. That's plenty space for the vector and all the other electronics I'm going to put here. When measuring this I also took into account the space the wires will take up, both behind and in front of the vector. I will start cutting. I'm using a brand new snap blade to do this. And I'm not going deep, I'm going, I think about 1.5 centimeters should be sufficient. So difficult to see where I cut the foam, so I just need some help lines. Yeah, now I think it's flat enough, so I say it's done. So now I will get started on the motor mount. I've dry fitted everything and I must say that the quality is excellent, everything fits. I'm using the welder glue. So now I'm going to dry fit the vertical stabilizer here. I've already done one side just to develop a proper technique for it. And now I'm going to show how I did it on this one. I'll start by putting some glue on my plastic ruler. I measure 15 millimeters from the edge. It's 24 centimeters plus 1, I'll just put the mark at 25. I'm not going deep at this point, just making the score. I made this melting tool from a saw blade. Actually, you don't have to widen this, you can actually push this ABS plastic into the grooves as they are, but you'll have to struggle a bit, and it will easily get some, you will easily get some tensions. So I'm going to widen this. Now I can test fit. Yeah, I'll have to do some adjustments here on the tip. So. It's close. So now I'm going to dry fit the motor mount. First I'll just need to get it perfectly centered. Then I apply quite a bit of pressure to make an impression of the motor mount. Yeah. And I go to work with my soldering iron. Yeah, now it's perfectly seated. So I cut the elevon for the left wing to size. As you can see here, I've made it about 2 millimeters shorter than the wing. So this is the right wing and the right elevon. Notice there's a top and a bottom on this. Also make sure you actually make a right elevon and a left elevon. Well, I have made a line here with my knife, and then I move it about 2 millimeters out. So I don't want to crack the balsa, so I'm working slowly to get all the way through. So now I'll just sand it lightly to get rid of these hairs. And then I will put some white monocoat on it. So before I assemble the pieces, I check that all the angles make sense. So I mean, EPP is a very rough material, and you shouldn't take it for granted that these angles here necessarily are correct. So I'll just assess all of these joints. Just make sure that I'm happy with all the angles before I do. Yeah, everything looks fine, so I'll just start adding glue here. Because of the roughness of this surface, I'm going to use quite a large amount of welder glue. So because this is a contact cement, I will leave it for about 15 minutes or so until it gets really tacky before I assemble the parts. So now it's become quite tacky, so I will start assembling the parts.